derive left parenthesis A and B right parenthesis implies C from A implies left parenthesis B implies C right parenthesis. What is the idea? We assume A and B. Thus we have A and B. From A and the assumption A implies left parenthesis B implies C right parenthesis, we get B implies C. Now from B and B implies C we get C. So we are done. And we can draw the deduction. We set the stage for an application of the implication introduction rule. We want to derive an implication, and we have a conjunction as a temporary assumption. We use the conjunction elimination rule twice to get first A and then B. Then we use the assumption to get B implies C, and then finally C. Now the implication introduction rule finishes the job. Derive A implies left parenthesis B implies A right parenthesis. We prepare ourselves to applying the implication introduction rule. For this end, we make the temporary assumption A, and we try to derive B implies A. Now we use the implication introduction rule to conclude B implies A and at the same time eliminate the temporary assumption B. Oops, we do not have B as a temporary assumption, so how can we eliminate it? Nothing to worry about. No need to eliminate B because the temporary assumption B was never made. Remember that eliminating a temporary assumption is a right, not a duty. We have deduced B implies A from the temporary assumption A without even using A. We get A implies left parenthesis B implies A right parenthesis with another application of the implication introduction rule, and at the same time we can eliminate the temporary assumption A. Now the deduction is ready. Derive left parenthesis A implies B right parenthesis implies left parenthesis A implies C right parenthesis from the assumption A implies left parenthesis B implies C right parenthesis. So what is the idea? We assume A implies B in order to use the implication introduction rule. To derive A implies C, we next assume A and try to derive C. From A and A implies left parenthesis B implies C right parenthesis, we get B implies C. From A implies B, we also get B. So from B and B implies C, we get finally C. We wanted to derive C, and we have derived C. So now we are ready to draw the deduction. We set the stage for an application of implication introduction rule. We make the temporary assumption A implies B. In order to derive A implies C, we next assume A and try to derive C. From A and A implies B, we get B. From A, and A implies left parenthesis, B implies C right parenthesis, which is an assumption, we get B implies C. From B and B implies C, we get C. We wanted to derive C and we have derived C. So we have derived A implies C under the temporary assumption A implies B. So now we use the final implication introduction rule and we can eliminate the temporary assumption A implies B, and we have the desired conclusion.